In my podcast today, guys, if you haven't met my guest, and if it's your first time here, I'm gonna introduce him again. So he is my husband, and he's Mark. So basically, he is the mastermind behind ZRM Studios, a photo and video company based here in Alberta, Canada, or Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He is also the mastermind behind Talk Pods, which is a new service that we are offering to the community of Calgary, of beautiful Calgary, which is it's a one-stop shop for podcasting. Am I correct with that?
Yes, guys. So it's basically a very affordable podcasting setup. So you don't need to do anything. You just
Yeah.
basically just come to our studio, choose a studio for your podcast, and
Yeah, so basically you can just choose any setup you want because basically we have how many rooms do we have again?
we're turning like 5 rooms in
Yeah.
a podcasting room. So you have a lot of options, variety of options. And it's only $9.99 an hour. It's very, very affordable.
Yeah, it's so affordable, guys. Mas mas affordable pa kaysa sa subscription nyo sa Netflix. Kaya, guys,
100%.
please support us. Thank you so much for watching this podcast again. So basically we'll be talking about how Mark started his journey here in Canada. So honestly, guys, siya po talaga yung nakahirap ng hirap kung
Nakaranas
tutuusin.
ng hirap. Yeah.
Yeah, siya po, ano na sinabi ko?
Nakahirap.
I'm so sorry. Siya po talaga yung nakaranas ng hirap dito sa Canada. So, pag-uusapan po natin ngayon yon dahil may mga tao na napanghihinaan na ng loob, and just in case you just wanna know if you are still on the right track and kind of like re-auditing yourself, if ito pa ba yung tamang journey sa'yo, that you might be experiencing the same thing kagaya ng experience niya, ito ang tamang-tamang platform para sa inyo. So let's start na. I'm gonna ask him some questions. So first one is, ilang taon ka nung dumating ka dito sa Canada?
So nung dumating ako dito sa Canada, I was 17 years old. I think I just turned 17.
Yeah.
Kasi 17 ko lang dati.
Yeah.
And then, and my mom took me here with my brother.
Yeah.
So dalawa kami pumunta rito. And I was very, very young. And I think I was high school in the Philippines. Hindi ko pa nga natapos yung high school. I think pag-graduate na ako. March dati yung graduation namin. December kaming lumipad papunta rito sa Canada.
Yeah.
So technically, I didn't finish high school in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And then nung pumunta na ako rito sa Canada, nag-start over ako ulit. Kasi binibase nila yung edad mo dito based on the grade that you're going in. Before
okay.
kasi wala kasing mga grade 9 or grade 7, grade
Sa Philippines.
9. Yeah, sa Philippines.
Yeah,
grade 12.
Until grade 6 lang, and then high school ka na. First year until fourth year high school, which is now I think they have newer curriculum that can
Correct,
basically resonate with Canadian,
Which is good,
yeah.
Kasi parang nag-i-improve na yung Pilipinas na kasi ang ibang bansa medyo advanced.
I agree.
Diba? Kasi may grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, hanggang
And
grade
so on
12.
and so forth, yeah.
So walang high school, it's high school pa lang grade 10 to 12. So
Yeah.
parang, I came here in 2007.
Yeah.
So basically, kung tama yung math ko, nasa 17 years na ako rito sa Canada.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and marami ring hirap na naranasan ko.
And going back to 2007 of December, right? December yon, so kasagsagan ng snow. Like, how did you kind of like, adjust with the weather? And like, how do you like your first experience in Canada? Landing from
nung una
the
nagulat
airport.
talaga ako. Kasi
Yeah.
nung talagang paglabas mo sa airport talaga sasampal talaga sa yung sobrang lamig.
Yeah.
It's very, very cold na parang you've never felt this cold before. Maybe sa freezer lang, sa bahay ninyo, kung may freezer kayo doon.
Ginaganong mo lang yung mukha mo sa
Ganun
freezer,
Ganun
no?
na ganun talaga, parang sasampalin ka talaga.
Okay.
And it's very, parang nakaka-shock siya.
Okay.
Nung pumunta ako rito.
How was it? Like, were you excited? Because, of course, like, high school, ganyan, di ba? First time mo
Yeah.
makakita ng snow.
Yeah, well, not really. Kasi, syempre, bata pa ako nung 17 years old. So, na mga kaibigan ko, nasa Pilipinas, and I didn't know anybody here.
So,
Parang
new
ganun, di ba?
adjustment.
New adjustment,
Yeah.
basically. And mahirap, sobrang hirap kasi Canada is completely different sa Pilipinas.
I know. We have
Everything
4
is different,
seasons
di ba?
here. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially yung sa language, di ba? A funny story, guys, kasi naalala ko dati.
Okay.
Kasi evaluate ka rito pagdating mo rito. So, you can go to high school so that you can go to high school, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero i-evaluate sa'yo kung ano yung language mo, kung gaano ka galing sa English. Di ba? So I think, I don't remember the place, pero may pinuntahan kami dati kasama ko yung mami ko. May pinuntahan kami, dinala niya ako doon to evaluate kung paano ako magsalita ng English.
Yeah.
At that time, of course, ano ba namang alam mong English, di ba?
Yeah.
Taga-barbaryo lang naman ako.
yeah.
Hindi talaga ako marunong mag-English, guys.
Yeah.
Noong 2007.
And hindi ka din sa
pumunta ako
private
rito.
school, ganyan. Hindi mo talaga pinaghandaan ng Canada.
Hindi
kumbaga.
talaga. Alam mo naman sa Pilipinas, di ba, bulakbol lang tayo.
Oo, bulakbol ka nun.
Bulakbol, yeah. Bulakbol lang ako. And then, wala naman talaga ako natutunan sa school doon.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for being honest with your experience.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then, yung alam ko lang dati na English is very, very minimal. So, yung I love you, I miss you, things
What's
like
your
that. What's your
name?
name? Very minimal talaga. So, I was in this room
Okay.
na ini-evaluate yung tawag doon kung gaano ako galing magsalita.
Ng English.
Kung para na alam nila kung ano, isang section ako ilalagay ng English ko or English level.
Yeah.
'Di ba? So may pinakita sa akin na natatawa ako kasi may pinakita sa akin na parang picture talaga siya ng farm. At that time, of course, I didn't know kung paano sabihin 'yon kasi alam ko yan, bukid yan pero hindi ko siya may
translate.
Ma-translate sa
Yeah.
English. Puti pa naman yung nag-ano sa akin.
Yeah.
Or Canadian. Canadian pa naman yung nag-evaluate sa akin.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how to translate it based on the picture that they showed me, di ba? Parang ang hirap.
Yeah.
Parang, so, it took me probably like 5-10 minutes siguro tinititigan ko lang yun. Sa isip-isip ko naman, sabi ko, alam ko yung bukid yan.
Yeah.
Pero I cannot get the words out of my head na English.
Yeah.
So, ganun talaga ka-level, yung kababa ka-level yung English ko dati.
Yeah.
So, it's very, very scary. Reason being, kasi isasabak ka na, i-evaluate ka, kasi isasabak ka na dun sa school.
Oh,
diba?
that's
So, you don't know at
true.
that time. Hindi mo
Lahat sila, first
Yeah.
language, or maybe like
Exactly.
Inglesera na.
Exactly, yeah.
Tapos ikaw, ultimo farm, hindi mo alam
Hindi ko alam
kung
yan.
paano sabihin sa language
so,
nila.
mas lalo akong kinakabahan dati
Yeah.
kasi now that they're evaluating yung speaking ko, yung speaking language ko sa English,
Yeah.
I cannot say it. So meaning, based sa evaluation siguro nila, siguro ako nasa 0 kung may 1 out of 10 sila.
Did
diba?
you get
Siguro
like
nasa
kung
0.
ano yung para saan yun?
No, I think there's I don't remember how many pictures they showed me, but I think
Yun yung
there's
nag-resonate,
more. Pero
yeah.
yung nag-resonate talaga kasi yung pinakamalapit na kaya kong sabihin
Oo.
However, kasi I grew up in a farm, I mean, di ba? Sa
barrio.
Pilipinas, sa barrio, di ba? Naglalaro lang ako dun sa farm, and then nagtatrabaho ako sa farm, things
Yeah.
like that. So, I know it's a farm, but hindi ko masabing farm because it's English.
Yeah.
Kaya sinasabi ko sa bukid, and in Ilocano is taltalon, di ba?
Yeah.
Mukate, taltalon natin.
Sa
Sorry,
Ilocano
that's the
siya.
Ilocano language. But yeah, that was and then it was so scary because now I know na kung hindi ko man lang masabi to, ano na lang kaya pag nasa school ako.
Yeah.
Di ba? How can I learn?
And you're
paano ako
in your
matututo?
teenage crisis pa.
Yeah,
And you're
exactly.
in a new country, so ang dami mong battle na kailangang
Nakakatakot
ipanalo
talaga,
at
guys.
labanan. Yeah.
Exactly. It's very, very, nakakatakot talaga siya. Kasi at that time, I know myself that if they put me in school, I would learn nothing. Kasi hindi ko nga maintindihan yung salita nila, di ba?
Totoo.
So, nakakatakot yun. I think I was few weeks away before na ako ilagay doon. Kasi evaluation na siya. So, they
Oo.
know what grade I'm going in, which is grade 10.
Yeah.
But I think second semester na ako ng grade 10 nakapunta. Kasi may first semester Tapos na ko na siya. Na-miss ko na kasi it's February na next.
Oh,
And I came
okay.
here December
December.
27 of 2007. So, well, let's just say 2008 kasi 3 days na lang 2008 na
Yeah.
So, mayroon akong 1 month to prepare for school.
Yeah.
And at that time, syempre, mag-isa single mom yung mom ko, si mami. And then, of course, I need to work. Kasi para matulungan ko siya.
Yeah. So dito guys, pag teenager ka, I think yung mention ng isang guest ko, she said that 15 years old pwede ka na mag-work.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I think
So
it's
17 ka na.
14 or 15.
Okay.
Basta may consent ng parents mo.
Yeah.
So I think I was 17 years old.
So pwede ka na mag-work. Oh, may pera na.
Yeah. But yeah, go back to the school. Nakakatakot talaga. Especially kung siguro may mga anak kang dadalhin nyo rito from Philippines, it's very, very scary. So make sure that you prepare them. Kasi never naman kami
culture
na-prepare
shock din and language
ng
barrier.
Mangboy, because my mom works 2 jobs. So she was never home. And if you are working here in Canada, you understand what that means, right?
Yeah.
Kasi lagi kang nagtatrabaho, kailangan magtrabaho para ma-sustain yung sustainability for your family, especially if you're a single parent.
Yeah.
So,
especially kung sa Pilipinas lumaki ka pa sa province, 'di ba?
Exactly.
Wala kang private na school na pwedeng puntahan agad-agad to learn English.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, takot ako dati. I think I remember my very very first job dun sa Senseo dito sa Marlborough.
Yeah. So yun na yung first job mo.
That's my
so after
job.
nung pagkaka-evaluate sa'yo, you have to wait a month, sabi mo, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So and then pumasok ka na doon. Paano yung interview mo? Ikwento mo naman yung first interview mo as a 17-year-old.
I don't remember that much yung interview ko, to be honest, kasi nga bago ako eh. So everything, there's a lot of things going on in my head and things like, una sa lahat, sinasabi ko sa sarili, gusto ko nang umuwi. So yung pala nasa head ko na siya like almost every day kumakauwi ang Pilipinas.
Because everything is scary, right?
Kasi nakakatakot eh, especially speaking yung barrier language na language barrier na meron ako dati. It's hard. It's very hard. So I think the first interview, I didn't say that much for sure. But I got into the job. But the problem with that is I didn't last long kasi hindi ko na maintindihan. Yeah, hindi ko magets yung mga sinasabi na sa akin kasi English.
Okay.
Right?
So, gaano ka katagal doon na nagstay sa first job mo?
I think only few days.
Few days.
Ano yun?
Inalis ka nila kasi hindi mo maintindihan.
No, I think I quit. I think I did not show up the next following days. Kasi it's too much. Yeah.
So natakot ka na din, no?
Oh yeah, mahirap talaga.
Yeah. So babalik tayo dun sa pinaka first job mo na yun, di ba? Can we go back nung nasa airport ka?
Yeah.
You mentioned na it's so cold, ganito, ganyan. And you even mentioned na gusto mo nang umuwi at napanghinaan ka ng loob at some point. And then what motivates you to kind of like stay? Like, you know what I mean? Na, okay, let's just give it a try. Kasi nga, yung sa first job mo pa lang, ayoko na.
Wala naman akong choice na yun. Wala akong choice nun.
Pero gusto mo nang umuwi?
Gusto ko nang umuwi,
Ng Pilipinas, bumalik?
Ng Philippines. I think this is very common to a lot of people who first arrive here in Canada. Kasi it's easier talaga what your life was in the Philippines for some people.
Yeah.
And then here, it's a new world, diba? Kasi bago lahat.
Yeah.
And yung language, especially language, kailangan matutunan yun. If you don't understand the language, then what you can do here in Canada is very, very limited.
Okay.
Diba? Kasi conversational nga lang eh, magtrabaho nga lang eh. They don't, especially here's the thing in Canada, even though maraming mga Pilipino rito, nakatrabaho mo, some companies, they don't actually let you speak English. I mean, speak in Tagalog or your native language.
Sorry,
diba?
can you say that again?
So some companies, they don't actually let you speak your native language because that's very disrespectful to a lot of people, especially with the customers.
Yeah.
Right? Alam mo naman tayo mga Pilipino, di ba? Pag nagtawanan tayo, di ba, sa Tagalog or loud tayo, di ba? And things like that. And especially
intimidating siya sa ibang like culture or sa ibang lahi.
It's not intimidating. Imagine this. It's like someone's laughing and they're having conversation and things like that, and then someone's laugh. And then you're just like surrounding, malapit ka lang sa kanila or something like that. You would think na ikaw pinagtatawanan nila. So I think that's the reason why there's a policy in some companies na bawal kang magtagalog kasi it's very disrespectful to customers. Diba?
That's true.
So yun pa lang, kailangan mo talaga matutunan ng language. Otherwise, it's okay to speak yung sa Tagalog.
Yeah.
Pero make sure na kayo lang.
Na walang
'Di
ibang
ba, na walang
lahi
iba.
na makakarinig.
Minsan 'pag nagtatrabaho tayo, 'di ba, 'pag nakita mo yung ka-worker mong Pilipino,
Oh, uy, uy.
ganyan.
Yeah.
Especially kung nandito ka, first mo dito sa Canada, talagang hanapin mo una Pilipino, yung
Filipino.
taong makakaintindi sa'yo.
That's
Ah,
true.
Otherwise, parang alam mo yun, parang talagang maho-homesick ka.
That's true, I
Homesick
know.
so much. I
Yeah.
don't know kung ano nun yung ma-experience din ng mga nanny because it's different because
Yeah.
you are directly going to the house of your employer. I
Yeah.
think that's how it works. At least my mom did that. So talagang kung yung employer mo is Canadian, then you were forced to obviously just speak in English, di ba?
I
So
agree.
mahirap
Yeah.
yun.
Paano kayo
Nakakatakot din.
magkakaintindihan din, no?
Yeah.
And then, in your generation, I mean like, yung time na yon hindi pa ganun kabubang social media na may
Hindi pa,
translator na pag
no.
kailangan mong mag-English, ita-translate lang nila, ganito,
Yeah,
ganyan,
now
okay
it is
na.
very, very
Yeah.
accessible, di ba? Pero now, nung before, it's very, very hard kasi even social media wasn't there yet
I
at
agree.
that time kasi ang 2007 sa
Kaboom
2008
pa
I
lang
think
ang social
Facebook.
media.
Yeah, doon ko nalaman na may Facebook pala eh.
Yeah. And then going back to your first arrival, dito ka ba nag-arrive sa Calgary?
No, I arrived in Vancouver and yung lola ko doon,
How was your experience in
cousins
Vancouver? I've
ng
heard that
mama ko.
yeah, I sorry for that
Yeah.
ha. I've heard na parang mas daw ang weather doon, hindi harsh. Was that true? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
So here's the thing about Canada. Each province, mayroon silang mga ibang, a climate.
Yeah.
Diba? Vancouver, sometimes I heard, which I never experienced actually, I heard that it's barely nag-snow doon.
Yeah, kasi
Diba? Kasi
so
it's
doon ka lang
humid siya.
nagland, yeah.
Doon ako nagland, diba?
Okay.
So, and then, but, nung pumunta ako dito sa Calgary, mas mas malamig pa pala.
Oh, mas
Sobrang
worse ang
lamig, yeah.
winter.
I think
Yeah.
there's like a snowstorm after a few days na nandito ako. So, mas worse siya kumbaga
Yeah.
sa Vancouver. Vancouver just feels like, parang siguro 5 times ng Baguio, sabihin mo na. Kung nakarating kayo sa Baguio sa Pilipinas, I think
Yeah.
5 times nun. But nung nandito na ako sa Calgary, I think nagbe-blizzard after a few days. Nag-snow
Yeah.
tapos after nun, blizzard.
Yeah.
It's scary. And then, syempre, culture shock, climate shock.
Lahat ng shock na.
Lahat na
Yeah.
na-shock ka.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was in high school. Nung pasok ko na sa high school,
Yeah.
pinunta na ako dun sa tawag dun. Hindi ko alam kung principal's office, but I think mayroong room na dinala muna sa akin and then
Yeah.
kinausap muna ako before nila ako nilet go and introduce dun sa sa classroom yung first day ko ng araw na yun. And that was very, very scary because that's like a second semester. So basically, there's a lot of, students already made friends with and things like that.
Yeah.
Makakakilala na sila, ako lang yung bago.
Oo.
But since bago ako and then Filipino ako, obviously yung mga Pilipino na nanonood nito, nakakilala ko, they were the one who introduced me sa mga ibang Pilipino, nagpakilala sila na Pilipino sila.
Okay. That's so exciting. Can you tell us more about your experience na in Canadian high school setting? So, pagpunta mo doon sa classroom nyo na, ano yung pakiramdam?
Nakakatakot at first because you didn't know what to expect. Like
Yeah.
I said, di ba? Pero,
The feeling of unknown,
nung na-realize ko na marami palang Pilipino doon, then I feel a little bit better. Kasi at least may mga magtuturo sa akin o matututo ako sa kanila, di ba?
Oh,
Na
okay.
just, kasi ang iniisip ko, I don't know, I picture Canada different. Parang naisip ko na puros like Canadian lahat.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there's so many Filipino here in Canada back then.
Yeah.
Na kasi isang room ata may at least 10 Pilipinong estudyante.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
amazing.
good. Although there's only like a class actually only have or I think nasa 26 lang na mga students. At least doon sa level na mayroon na pinagdalan sa akin.
Okay.
Obviously some classes are different. Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi mayroon lang mga 50, 40 classes na students sa isang class. But yung pinagdalan sa akin is very, very minimal. And the good thing about that is pare-parehas kaming immigrants. So
Yeah.
some of them only been in Canada for a couple years and some of them only been here for like a few months.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think,
basically, you experience the same thing, no? So, yeah, may
yeah, so
kakwentuhan
they
ka.
know, may kakwentuhan. And it's good. After that, it's like, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, kasi now I realize that there's so many Filipinos here that I can talk to.
Yeah.
So it's good.
So like, paano yung mga adjustments or yung mga ways na ginawa mo? Or can you give tips sa mga, alam mo yun, trying to navigate yung Canadian life na baguhan pa lang? Especially pagdating sa language barrier. Anong mga ginawa mo to bet kasi hindi ka
Yeah,
nakakaintindi.
exactly.
And yeah,
I think it took like at least few more months before I realized that, okay, I don't want to go home in the Philippines anymore. Kasi sa first 3, 6 months siguro, gusto mo talagang umuwi sa Pilipinas.
yeah,
Right? But that's the decision making that you have to understand, that you have to make.
yeah.
Diba? Kasi after that, sabi mo lang after 1 year, I realized that one day dito na ako mamamatay eh. Diba?
Oh,
Kasi nandito ng buhay ko, nandito na lahat. Everything, like my friends, and then sabi ko sa sarili ko, kailangan ko tutunan talaga yung language ng English regardless. I think it took me at least 2 to 4 years or 5 years, sabihin mo na, before I went fluently sa English talaga.
maging confident
Maging
ka.
confident ako in my English.
Yeah.
But of course, the first few months na nandito ako, talagang nahirapan talaga ako. It's very, very hard. So what I did was, I actually read a lot of books and
Yeah.
listened to a lot of mga TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even like visualizing, it's like listening talaga siya.
Yeah.
Dun talaga ako natuto ng English, di ba? And then, of course, your confidence to talk to other people, di
Yeah.
ba? Kung naipag-usap ka lagi sa mga Pilipino, then it might take you longer actually to learn the language.
I
Kasi
agree. Hindi ka mapapractice.
Hindi ka mapapractice. I believe that, language is like going to the gym, right? So, kailangan mo talagang practicein yung pagsasalita mo
Yeah.
so that you can have this parang subconscious mind na bigla-bigla na bumubuka yung bunganga mo, and then it knows kung paano mo i-deliver yung English.
Okay.
You don't need to be smart to learn English actually.
Yeah.
Because language is just, it's a thing. It's a
It's a
repeated,
tool. Yeah.
It's a repeated things that you have to do in order for you to become very fluent to it, diba?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's English, French, or kung ano man yan. Para siyang gym talaga na everyday ka na nandun,
It
magkakaroon
requires
ka ng
practice,
result. Yeah.
no? Yeah.
But if you keep talking to the same language like mga Pilipino, hindi ka matututo nun eh. So try to, diversify.
So, yun yung mga ginawa mo.
Yeah, yung mga ginawa ko. So nagpagkaibigan ako ng mga puti, mga ibang lahi,
Oh.
mga ganon. So I think I believe my first friend na hindi Filipino, he was a Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, but a Mexican that's been here for longer than I am. So, and then his language was very, very good. His English was very good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, kasi bata pa lang siya at nandito na siya. So I think I remember those, and then I tried to become friends with Canadians, and then some Africans and things like that. So try not to have a friend, like a Filipino friend, kasi hindi ka matututo nun eh.
Yeah.
And then again, you have to make a decision whether or not you wanted to stay here in
Improve it.
Canada and improve your language, or you just want to go home in the Philippines, which is no pag gusto mo umuwi ng Pilipinas. Kasi yung opportunity dito sa Canada is very, very huge. It's a lot
Pero-
of opportunity.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to cut you out. Pero di ba nung una gusto mong umuwi?
Yeah.
Di ba? Pero paano mo na-realize na this is a land of opportunity na, alam mo yun, I might gonna have a better future here than going back home?
Yeah,
Kasi 17 years old ka pa lang that time, di ba?
exactly. Sa una naman talaga mahirap talaga eh. So you would think talaga na it's easier to go back to the way it was, which is pag nasa Pilipinas kasi madali pa yung buhay doon.
Yeah.
But then, sa una lang naman mahirap eh. After that, every day, you improve yourself. Diba? And then, the more you improve yourself, the more you get used to things over here, yung culture, yung language, work-wise, nagkakaroon ka ng, okay, I wanted to do more. Parang ganun. Parang gusto ko pa. And then parang, I want to stay here now. Kasi ang dali lang pala. Hindi naman pala ganun kahirap.
Yeah, nasanay ka na lang, no?
Yes.
Sa mahirap sa umpisa until nasanay ka na
Yeah,
lang.
exactly. Lagi nga parang sinasabi mo, 'di ba, sa umpisa lang naman or sabi ng mama mo, 'di ba?
Yeah, yan yung
Yeah,
mama ko.
sa umpisa lang naman mahirap. But
Yeah.
after a few months, a few years, everything gets better.
I
So,
agree.
yeah,
So
sarap
yun
kaya.
yung pinaka-greatest advice na nanggaling sa mom ko. Everything talaga from the beginning mahirap until you get used to it.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, when you're here in Canada, guys, make sure that you learn as much as you can. Huwag kang
Yeah.
mahihiya. Don't, di ba? Huwag kang mahihiya kasi the only way to learn things is to go through it.
Yeah.
Di ba? Kailangan
Wait,
pagdaanan lahat.
kasi you're 17 years old, di ba?
Yeah.
Like, hindi mo naman na-figure out yan agad. It
Hindi.
takes time, di ba?
Yeah. But to
Yeah.
go back to your question na ano yung ma-advise mo now
Yeah.
that you've gone through it, yun yung may advice ko.
Oh,
Kasi hindi
okay.
naman, nung una naman talaga, hindi ko isipin talaga yun. You're 17 years old, you just wanna, basically, you're a teenager.
Yeah.
Diba? You're supposed to be like, hanging out, partying and things
With
like that
friends,
with
yeah.
friends, doing crazy stuff with friends. But since you're new here in Canada, this is something that you need to, adapt.
Yeah.
Kasi wala na yung old life mo eh. Diba?
It's a new thing now.
Yeah. Kaya nga na, honestly guys, nung napanood ko yung Hello, Love, Goodbye, it's very, very sad because that story is really, really true
Yeah.
here in Canada. Marami talaga nahihirapan mga tao, especially if they don't seek help. If you want to seek
Walang
help,
guidance.
walang guidance or, things like that. Umuwi sila ng Pilipinas, which is sayang.
Yeah.
Like I said, Canada is a land of opportunity if you know what you're doing. Diba? Because I'm basing it talaga dun sa experience ko dun sa Pilipinas to here in Canada. It's
Yeah.
completely different. Diba? Pilipinas is huling-huli na tayo eh.
Yeah.
Pero ang Canada is very, very advanced.
Yeah.
And also, ang daming mababait na tao rito.
Yeah.
Especially Canadians. They're
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Yeah.
And if you don't utilize that, if you don't take full advantage of it, sayang. Kaya hopefully, yung mga bago pa lang dito, wag kayong umuwi.
And wag kayong mapanghinaan ng loob.
Wag kayong mapanghinaan ng loob because, once you figure it out dito sa Canada, everything works very well. Everything talaga. You don't even want to go back home in the Philippines anymore longer than like 1 month. Diba? Because I used to do that before we got married.
Yeah.
Diba? Gusto ko 1 month, 2 months nakaka-stay ako sa Pilipinas. Pero nagkapamilya na ako rito and things like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to your question.
Yeah, going back to your experiences nga nung high school ka na.
Yeah.
And then, so napagdaanan mo yung high school sa Pilipinas at high school dito.
Yes.
Ano yung mas gusto mo sa high school dito at ano din yung mas gusto mo dun sa Pilipinas in comparison?
I think wala naman akong either one. Wala akong mas gusto.
Kasi ayaw mo ng school in general.
General, guys, I don't like school. I actually got kicked out twice in high school here
Okay.
in Canada.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, I think it's personal preference eh.
Yeah.
Kung ano talagang gusto mo. Obviously sa Pilipinas mas madali because baryo lang tayo dun eh.
Yeah.
And then there's not a lot, I would say, there's not a lot of things that you can explore dun sa Pilipinas. But dito sa Canada, there's so much that you can explore.
Okay.
Diba? Kasi bibigyan ka ng mga direction na pwede mong puntahan eh, dito sa Canada.
Yeah, so mga bagay na gusto mo, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even, hindi ko kasi alam masyado dun sa outside dun sa province na school.
Yeah.
Pero dito kasi sa Canada, you can choose yung mga extra credits.
Yeah.
Which is you can learn either music, you can go to a music class, you can go to theatric,
Oh.
yung mga ganun, yung mga nag-act na acting.
Yeah.
If you want to
Sa atin kasi limited lang
limited
yan, no?
lang. So everything
Yeah.
you can, and even construction dito, meron din yung for the credits. So
Yeah.
anything fun outside, obviously yung mga kailangan mo talaga like math, science, English, 'di ba? Other than that, mayroon yung mga ganun, yung theatrical,
Yeah.
musical, I don't know, there's so much things
Yeah.
here and pagpipiliin ka talaga kung anong gusto mo.
Okay, so going back, you mentioned that you don't like school. Nandito ko na sa Canada.
Yeah.
So anong mas ginawa mo instead?
So, here's the funny thing, di ba?
Okay.
Kasi nung nasa Pilipinas ako, I was getting, nagtatrabaho ako sa construction and then sa farm and things like that. I was probably getting like 150 pesos for like the whole day of my work,
That's
maybe
like
like 8
what?
to 10 hours a
2 to 3
day.
bucks here in Canada?
Yeah, $2 to $3 here.
Yeah.
But when I first started my job here, I got paid like, I think the one that I remember is like $8.50.
Yeah.
So
How
I don't
much
know,
is that in pesos?
in pesos siguro nasa, I don't know kung yung math ko is the same. I think nasa $500.
Yeah, sabihin mo na.
500 pesos or, yeah, 500 pesos
Per day?
no, per hour.
Oh, per hour?
Yeah, that's per hour.
Okay. 500 per hour.
Yeah, 500 per hour,
And you were
right,
like
guys?
17 years old ka na dito noon.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
was 17 years old, and then
Kumikita
obviously
ka ng 500
I never had that
pesos.
much money in my
I
in my
know.
hand.
Dati nga hirap na hirap ka pa para pang date sa akin,
Oh
para
yeah,
ma-afford, di ba?
It took me what? I think it took me like a month. Oh no, 3 months na para mag-ipon ng pang-date sa'yo. I think I accumulated at least like 3,000 pesos. Yeah, but that's like almost like everyday work in the
Yeah.
Philippines, putting that savings aside. But here in Canada, it's like, yun, yeah, 500, sabi mo nasa 500 per hour, that's a big money.
Yeah.
And I thought I was gonna be a millionaire. Sobrang daming pera. Like, I don't know what to do with. I didn't know what to do with
Oh
it.
yeah, a 17-year-old standpoint, talagang madaming pera na
Exactly.
yun,
I
di
think
ba?
my first paycheck was like $700 for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So $700 in Philippine peso, I think it was back then. I think it's almost like, I don't know, I think I would say nasa 20,000 or something like
Yeah.
that. But for 2 weeks
2
yun,
weeks yun, yeah.
So that's a lot of money for me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I never had that much money in my life.
You were 17 that time.
Oh,
And then,
yeah.
tell us what happened. So, yun na nga, nag-aaral ka pa din at the same time, nag-work
Yeah,
ka.
so I had that money and then nag-aaral ako and then I just bought a bunch of stuff. I think my friend before, Mike, we bought like skateboard, mga ganon, yung mga cool stuff, guitar, yung ano pinagbibili namin dati.
Yeah.
Because that was my very, very first paycheck
Yeah.
here in Canada. And I think, I was working as a student at that time, which most of people here na mga estudyante, they actually work part-time jobs.
Oh.
Just to afford a lot of
So,
things.
normal lang talaga dito
Normal
sa
lang
Canada
yan,
yung
yeah.
mag-part-time ka
Yeah.
habang nasa school.
Exactly.
Okay.
Obviously, some students in my days, very lucky, right?
They don't?
Some of them, they don't work
Oh,
actually.
rich kid ba
yeah.
yung mga yan?
I don't know. I think it's just the way how they were raised.
Oh,
Kasi gusto
preference
nila
ng
kasing
parents.
i-focus lang talaga yung school.
Okay.
But I knew some people then na, alam mo yan, never sila nagtrabaho while
But do
they
you think
were
it's
working.
cultural? Ano yung mga yan? Ibang lahi ba?
No, not necessarily. Tignan mo nga, kapatid ko nga, di ba? Hindi naman talaga siya nagtrabaho nung high school.
Okay.
So I think just after high school na nag-start siya magtrabaho. But I think it's up to the parents
Okay.
if they wanted to do it that way. At my kasi sa amin kasi si mami mag-isa lang niya, so I had to help her out. So I think I was few months na nandito sa Canada that I started paying rents. So
Okay.
binabayaran ko na rin siya ng rent.
Okay. You're
Just
so
to help,
amazing.
yeah, just to help her out as well. But again, that's so much money talaga
Yeah.
in my head
In
at
your
that
time
time.
pa,
In my
yeah.
time pa. Kasi yung palitan natin nasa 42, 43
Yeah.
Canadian to peso.
Yeah.
So that's a big, big money. So yeah, so not a lot of student do that before, but majority though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nag-work sila.
Nag-work sila talaga.
Okay.
Only few talaga hindi nag-work.
Yeah.
Which is very normal. But I guess you can call me greedy.
Yeah.
Sa akin kasi, some people working just part-time after school, di ba?
Yeah.
Sa akin, nagdalawang job ako eh. Kasi it's just so much money.
Nakatikim ka na ng pera.
So, yeah, 2 jobs ako. Minsan, nagtatrabaho ako ng,
So, nadoble na yung 700.
well, lumaki ng lumaki habang habang nagtatrabaho ako ng 2 jobs. Minsan, naging 1,000. But it's so much money to the point that, talagang tuwan-tuwa ka na at that time eh.
Yeah.
Pero syempre, pag mag-isa mo lang kasi rito, kumbaga, kung hindi ka naman estudyante pumunta rito, di ba? Or pag student ka na pumunta rito, ikaw lahat magbabayad, that's a different story.
Oh, yeah.
Because now, that $700 not even enough for your rent.
Totoo.
For the actual rent, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm living with my mom back then, so
Yeah.
that's kind of like, just a piece of the rent.
Yeah.
that my mom was paying back then. Pero kung ikaw mag-isa mo, talagang lahat
Ikaw
yan,
lahat,
ikaw
mas
lahat. I think
mahirap.
the rent now, minimum now for a room is like $500, $600. Some's just like offering $800 too,
Yeah.
which is very expensive.
Yeah.
Sobrang expensive na yun. So, yeah.
Okay, so going back, pinagsabay mo ang school and
Yeah.
2 jobs mo. Paano mo yun na-manage?
Yung nakakatawa kasi. Kasi yung akala ng teacher ko dun sa first class ko dati, I was always just drunk every night. Kaya nireport ako sa principal na ilang beses ako na principal doon. I mean, obviously, at that time kasi minsan nagtatrabaho ako hanggang alas 3 ng madaling araw or
Kasi
alas 2
double
ng
job
double.
na. Oo.
So, minsan ini-skip ko na yung ano ko. Ini-skip ko na yung trabaho. Ini-skip ko na yung first class ko.
Oh.
Just to get enough sleep to
Yeah.
go to school that day. But obviously, some people probably able to do that.
Yeah.
But hindi ako kasi, you know. So yun, principal office ako multiple times because of that. Na lagi akong late. Either lagi akong late or hindi ko pinapasukan yung ano ko. Yung
Yeah.
first class ko. Which is, I think, my first class was yung English talaga. English language. Which hindi ko na matututo talaga sa school. Kasi isipin mo tinuturuan ka ng teacher and then she was speaking in English which is you don't understand.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I don't know how that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think listening to a lot of people speaking in English, yun yung medyo natuto ako ng konti.
Yeah, so ano nang nangyari sa school mo? Wait, like hindi mo na-mention kung ano yung 2 jobs mo while doing school.
Yeah, so at that time, I think I was working at Superstore.
Okay.
And then the other one is yung parang pagawaan ng, ang tawag doon, I don't know what's it called, Sun? Because there's a Calgary Herald for newspapers. Calgary
okay.
Herald and Sun yung isa ata.
Parang
Doon ako
newspaper
nagtatrabaho.
din.
Yeah,
Oh,
newspaper din siya. So,
okay.
and then natatapos siya either 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
In the
Pag-produce
morning.
nun in the morning. And then sa
Oh,
umaga nun, i-deliver nila yung news, di ba?
sa mga
Sa mga
bahay-bahay.
bahay-bahay. And that's continuously, like every day. But yeah, so yun
So
lang.
going back to school na,
So, and then going back to school.
na principal office ka. So anong nangyari?
So, nung una, na-kick out ako.
Oh, na-kick out ka.
Yeah, nung una na-kick out ako. So, I don't remember anymore kung ilang months pa before graduation, but I got kicked out before then. And then, just to fast forward, the second time I got kicked out, I think 2 months na lang before graduation or something like that.
Oo.
I think this was like grade 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dalawang beses ako ng ano. Ang sinabi sa akin ng principal ko is like, naalala ko yung sinabi niya actually. Sinabi niya na, alam mo yun, may mga corporation naman na nagpipay ng $25 an hour. But that's very, very rare.
Rare.
Napaka-rare yan, sabi niya sa akin, ng principal. And I'm like, I was so scared na my life was over.
Na hindi ka makakakuha ng $25 per hour.
Yeah,
Kasi hindi ka
$25 an hour.
makakapag-tapos ng pag-aaral mo.
So, yeah, and then he said a lot of things, but he basically told me it's like your life is over. Unfortunately,
Really?
yeah. From my understanding. But of course, he was a principal. Obviously, he cannot say that like direct sa'yo.
Yeah.
But the way how he explained things is like, there's this job that you can get, this job that you can get, but you cannot get this far, or you cannot get here, or you cannot get there, blah, 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 so on and on.
Kung wala kang education.
Kung wala kang education. I think that's how the system works, basically. But then,
You get
look
kicked
at me
out.
now.
No, and you got kicked out.
I got kicked out, and then, yeah, so got kicked out, and after that, the second time, I really went full-time job with 2 jobs.
So pinabayaan mo na yung school?
Wala na. Hindi na ako nagano. Or actually, I think I tried to save it once more. But I think that was it. I think there's like yung summertime.
So wait lang. So talagang school or pera, mas pinili mo yung pera?
Mas pinili ko yung, hindi naman pera, pero mas pinili ko yung magtrabaho.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think back in the Philippines, I was already doing that anyway. So talagang eager ako talagang magtrabaho kaysa, mag-aral.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
sabihin mo na talaga you're not interested talaga sa school?
No, not really. I was really not into school. Bulak-bul ako eh.
Honestly, nung high school pa lang talaga tayo.
Here's the thing though, it's mind-blowing because when I was in the Philippines, when I was young, I really, really loved school.
Okay.
Until grade 5, I was third honor dun sa amin.
Yeah.
So may honor talaga ako. Talagang I was crazy about school. I even memorized like ilang pages ng books. Like sabi mo lang 10 pages ng book. Talagang may memorize ko talaga siya. And I was like grade 2 of then.
Yeah.
So my teacher thought that I knew what I was reading kasi memoryado ko lahat.
Oh.
But even though if I close my eyes, talagang mababasa ko talaga siya kasi nasa memory ko siya.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
so
what happened? What made you kind of like change when andito ka na sa Canada?
it's the work, I guess. You know, I couldn't, nung nasa Pilipinas kasi ako, I don't know how to make more money than 150 pesos a day.
Oh, okay.
I really don't. And then I realized that, you know, nung nandito ka sa Canada, as long as you put a lot of hours, yung kasi, as long as you put a lot of hours, you make more money.
O pag magdo-double job ka,
Mag
triple job,
double
mas
job ka,
madaming
triple job.
hours.
Yeah, mas maraming hours. The good thing about Canada though is especially when you are a PR, talaga may mga options ka naman eh. So you just have to find it.
Yeah.
Marami kasi, nung at that time kasi marami nagsasabi, ang hirap maghanap ng trabaho. I think the problem though is like, are you really looking for a job?
Yeah.
Because some people just making that excuses not to find a
Yeah.
job. Pero jobs are everywhere.
I agree.
'Di ba? Kung talagang maano mo. And then the best way to do it is don't just give your resume. You know, obviously I'm talking as a business owner side of things now, but don't just give resume. Find the right person that you need to talk to and impress them.
Yeah.
Kung gusto mong pumasok sa job
Ganito,
na yan.
guys, tip to ng isang
Tip
business
yan ng business
owner.
owner, yeah. Because you know,
As a Filipino, we have to look after each other, guys, just in case nahihirapan ka and nahihirapan ka maghanap ng trabaho, para sa'yo to. Like, itry mo, walang
Yeah.
mawawala kung itatry mo.
Exactly,
Pero
guys.
as a business owner standpoint, and as siguro sa experience niya, well, pakinggan natin siya, guys, just in case lang. And then mag-comment kayo pag ginawa niyo to, and then pag nangyari sa inyo to, and then pag may result, let us know sa comment. Okay, tell us.
correct, yeah. So make sure that you find the right person.
When you say right person,
So ibig sabihin yun, so kung sino man yung may mga power dun sa company.
I
right?
agree.
I remember back then when I went to Superstore, di ba? Pinasok kami ni Mike,
Yeah.
which is my friend Mike. Mike actually knew a manager, which is Pilipina rin,
oo.
di ba? And then minute namin yun. So
Connection.
connection, it's not even that. It's like make sure that you know, alam ninyo kung sinong tatargetin yung tao.
Oh.
Kasi now nag-resonate na sa akin ngayon yun. As a business owner, this is what I'm doing with a lot of our clients. Diba?
Yeah.
I find the right person in the industry or in the organization, and then
To
to connect, and then just go near that person or have, you know, maging kaibigan mo siya or
Yeah.
just say hi or whatever. Diba? It works with business as well. It works with application as well.
Yeah.
Especially kung gusto niyo pumasok sa mga dream job ninyo.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Find that right person and then ligawan niyo siya. Right?
So niligawan niyo yung manager. Ano?
Di naman, but you know, kasi alam mo naman si Mike, talagang magaling siyang magsalita rin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nandun lang kami and then having conversation, ganyan-ganyan. Okay, just wait for the call, blah, 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 and then so on and on. And then it took me, nandun ako for 5 years dun sa Superstore.
Oh.
Yeah, dito sa 32nd Superstore.
Okay.
And the worst thing about it though is like I was applying for a warehouse. I mean like dun sa nag-stocking lang, di ba? Nilagay ba naman ako dun sa electronic?
Hindi ka marunong mag-English.
Sabi niya, so interview was over, na-interview na ako, everything is good, you know, come back here and
Yeah.
have the job. Yung pagbalik ko na sa electronics department ako nilagay, hindi, customer service ang kailangan mo, hindi ako makapag-English. And I think that was the another reason how, you know, I learned the language fast.
Yeah.
Kasi at that time, wala talagang Pilipino doon sa department ko.
Oh.
Talagang puti. Mayroong
Delikado ka na.
mayroong Pilipino but I think pinanganak na rin siya sa Canada.
Yeah.
So talagang mafu-force ka talagang magsalita ng
Yeah.
English. You're really forced to,
Matutusta ka
speak in
talaga
English.
sa apoy dyan.
So yeah, so I have no options, no choice, you know. And then si Mike naman, I think over the weekends lang siya nagtatrabaho na. So I don't see him very often.
So wala ka talagang
Wala talagang,
kausap.
talagang walang, and then there's another person that I talk to all the time, which is si Chris.
Yeah.
Diba? Chris Happen, which is, is very good friend of mine as well.
Yeah.
Pero nandun naman siya dun sa cashier.
Yeah.
And then si Mike din nag-introduce sa akin doon. Pero it's very hard in that environment at that time until talagang kinakabahan ako lagi. Yung natatakot ako lagi nga pumasok. Di
Yeah.
ba? And then there's times na, gusto ko nang mag-quit din.
Yeah.
Kasi because of that. Di ba?
Yung language barrier.
Yeah. Siyempre, ikaw hanapin talaga ng mga client, ng customers. And then tatanungin sa iyo kung yung paano mo gamitin tong mga items na to, 'di ba? Especially
Yeah.
at that time may ano pa kami, VCD, mga ganun. Basta may mga luma pa dati, may
Yeah.
mga not VCD, yung tape,
CD.
DVD, DVD,
DVD.
sorry, DVD. Mga
Okay.
ganun. And then yung DVD, mayroon din DVD players.
Yeah.
So ipapa-explain sa iyo kung paano nag-work and things like that, and you have to explain it in English.
Yeah.
Hindi naman lahat ng kliyente mo doon or customers or Filipinos.
Yeah,
Or
puti
Filipinos.
karamihan.
Yeah, puti karamihan. It's so funny because sometimes if I cannot explain it, talagang ipi-play ko na lang siya and then i-walk through ko sila
Oh.
by just showing it visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, mas maigi sa akin. Kasi I understand naman, hindi ko lang siya ma-explain ng English. So, visual ko na lang ganito, like press. Kasi
Yeah.
parang ganun lang. Ano mo
Yeah.
you speaking to like 5 years old
Yeah.
or like 3-year-old, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ganun
Buti
yun.
walang na-piss off sa'yo na mga customer.
Probably, there's probably some, but I wouldn't know.
Oh. I think advantage din pala minsan pag hindi ka marunong mag-English, lalo pag galit na yung customer
Oh yeah,
mo.
talagang nakangiti ka lang. The best thing that you can do is talagang nakangiti ka lang, wala ka nang magagawa. Kahit di mo maintindihan sila, talaga nakangiti ka na lang.
Kahit galit na galit ka na. Yeah.
Oh yeah. May nagsabi pa sa akin dati, I don't speak your language, sabi niya sa akin dati.
Oh.
And then nakangiti lang ako. Kasi anong magagawa ko? Totoo naman sinabi niya.
No. You're so okay.
Yeah, ganun talaga.
Yeah.
That was like a lot of embarrassing moments na experience ko dito.
Yeah.
But I never gave up.
Yeah.
Sa Canada.
Well, that's the
Kasi,
good part about it.
yeah,
You never give up.
kasi, yung nagtrabaho na ako dati, I was able to afford guitar. In the Philippines dati, it took me years para lang I
Mabili.
asked my mom to buy me guitar and things like that, or trabaho ako. Pero dito, if you work, then you can have what you want.
Yeah.
Di ba? And the good thing about Canada is lahat tayo pantay-pantay. Kung ano mabibili mo, mabibili ko.
That's true.
Right?
I agree.
Not necessarily buying it, but like
I
borrowing
can afford it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kasi pwede akong kumain sa mahal na restaurant, pwede rin akong kumain ng mahal na restaurant.
Yeah, kasi
Pwede kang bumili ng mga luxury bags. I can buy luxury bags. If
yeah.
I just work.
Yeah. And or
Yun yung
if I just
kagandahan.
want to.
Exactly.
Yeah, sa
Obviously, there's a
yeah.
lot of things that can get in, na pwede na kailangan na maintindihan, not
Yeah.
just buying.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that it's better than being in the Philippines. Kung poor ka sa Philippines, poor ka talaga sa Philippines.
Oh,
Wala
yeah.
ka ng pag-asa.
Yun po talaga yung isa pang totoo, realidad talaga.
Yeah,
Like,
unless you remove yourself from that poverty, di ba?
yeah. When you say poverty, is it the environment itself?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, kasi especially dun sa barrio natin, di ba? Sino ba naman ang millionaire mindset doon? Wala namang millionaire dun sa atin.
Yeah, pag nag-stay ka na doon.
Pag nag-stay ka doon. And then, pinupursi natin lagi yung
Unless
mga...
politician ka.
Yeah. And then, pinupursi natin lagi yung, alam mo yun, yung buhay ng Canada na mayayaman yung mga tao doon.
Yeah.
Dito. But it's a very, very wrong actually. Kasi, makukuha mo lang ng gusto mo as long as you work hard for it.
Totoo. May
Diba?
may kalakip na pag-work talaga.
Exactly. I think yun
Everything.
lang yung pagkakaiba ng Philippines at saka dito. Sa Pilipinas at saka dito. Diba? So, yun yung nagustuhan ko rin dyan sa Canada. What I can afford, I just need, whatever I want, I just need to work hard for it.
Yeah.
And then makukuha ko siya. And then na-build yun sa system ko.
Yeah.
Na if I work hard for it, makukuha ko talaga siya.
Yeah,
So yun
that's
yung
true.
that's why Canada is like a land of opportunity. There's so much opportunity you can do in here.
I agree.
Some Filipinos though, they're wasting it.
Yeah.
Diba? Some people go to jail because like, syempre nung high school ka naman, medyo ano ka pa eh. Alam mo yun, nandun yung yabang.
Yeah.
'Di ba? And then you brought it when you grow up. I think when you're like 25 or 30 years old, I think that has to stop.
Yeah.
Think about your life here.
Well, in
'Di ba?
general, yeah.
Kasi maraming nasasayang buhay eh.
I agree,
'Di ba?
may mga Pilipino din pong homeless dito sa Canada.
Yeah,
Sa
hindi
mga hindi po
lang, yeah, sa
nakakaalam.
hindi nakakaalam, may mga homeless din dito. May mga napapariwara rin. There's a lot of drug abuse din here in
Yeah, which is
Canada.
we're not gonna talk about it.
No, but what I'm
yeah.
trying to say is, you know, this is a land of opportunity.
I agree.
And if you use it right, your life will be better. But if you don't use it right, mas maiging nasa Pilipinas ka na lang.
That's
At
true.
least doon kahit homeless ka doon, pwede kang pwede kang you know, kumuha lang ng mga prutas-prutas diyan or mga vegetables doon sa Pilipinas.
Or magtanim
Here,
ka na
kung
lang.
homeless ka dito, no.
Yeah.
There's a shelter, there's a food, but you know, agawang kayo dito.
Yeah.
Right? Doon mabubuhay ka pa rin.
That's true, no.
Exactly. So, yun. Yeah, yun yung naging buhay ko rin dito sa Canada. It's a fun roller coaster. However, as long as you don't give up, you will love here. You
Yeah.
will love here.
Wait, ano pa yung mga sumunod na trabaho mo?
So marami, trabaho ko sa mga warehouses.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's just say na nung kinukuha kita, let's just move on to that. Kasi
Yeah.
paulit-ulit lang din naman nung nung
Yeah.
nung single ako eh.
Wait, pero paano mo na-experience? Ano yung mga hardship mo sa mga snow, sa transportation, ganyan? Like, nung bago ka pa lang dito sa Canada.
Yung transportation is very, very, hindi naman ako nahirapan sa transportation kasi may mga kaibigan akong nagtuturo sa akin dati, di ba? But you have to know during winter time, di ba? Minsan yung bus na delay. So
Okay.
if it's like -40 or -30, and then na-delay yung bus mo ng 30 minutes, tapos yung suot mo, hindi pa, ganito lang yung suot mo. Hindi ka makaka-survive nun.
Yeah.
I think there was one time talaga, dalawa kami ni Mike nito, hindi ko talaga, talagang, hindi ko malilimutan tong nangyari sa akin dati. Dalawa kami ni Mike.
Yeah.
So I think it was during after ng Christmas, which is
Yeah.
25, Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day. Everything is closed.
Okay.
We didn't know that. So I think ang nangyari dati, hindi ko alam kung sino nag-drop off sa amin, but may nag-drop off sa amin na pupunta sana kami sa bayan nila Mike, which is nakatira siya dun sa southeast, which is sobrang layo dito.
Yeah.
Dinrop off kami sa isang lugar, and nakala namin mag-aantay kami ng bus doon. There's no bus.
Oh!
Yeah, and I think yung lalakarin namin na mula sa bahay nila Mike is about like almost 40 minutes, parang ganon.
40 minutes.
Yeah, so and then 25, guys, you know, December 25 is very, very cold.
Yeah.
So nasa -30 yan. So nilakad namin yun, naka-converse ako dati nun. Sabi ko, Mike, hayop ka, mamatay ata ako rito sa ginawa mo. Kasi hindi ko naman alam sa Canada eh. And he knows better because he's been here more than like, I think 2 years ahead of us.
Yeah.
So,
Hindi ka naka-winter.
Yeah,
yung
naka-winter.
boots.
So always remember that, guys, hindi everyday open yung bus.
Yeah.
It's a different than pag weekends or pag holidays. Sometimes you have to wait for like an hour for the bus to come.
Oo.
Kasi iisa lang talaga yung umiikot na bus.
Hindi kita ma-imagine.
Some other days, you know, there's like 10 of them na
Yeah.
nag-around.
But that's Christmas.
Yeah, that's Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? And then I found that na wala palang open sa Christmas Day. So what we did to survive that is like, alam mo yung mga gas station, pupunta kami doon, mag-stay kami siguro ng few hours just to
Warm up.
Yeah, akala ko kasi matutoast na tong toe ko eh. Talagang hindi ko siya magalaw.
Frostbite ka na.
Frostbite na. I didn't know anything about na, you know, na close pala lahat pati transportation during
Yeah.
Christmas Day. And then holidays are different too. So and then, you know,
And then you're not wearing the proper outfit in the proper
naka-Converse
weather.
ako nun eh. Siyempre, you wanna be cool.
Cool,
Converse,
teenager, yeah.
Teenager. Converse is very, very, ganito lang ata yung
I know, yung soul niya.
yung soul niya. Yeah.
And then nababasa yun, napipenetrate yun ng ano.
Oh yeah, 100%, which is crazy.
ng snow. Pag
So
ano
yun
na to.
yung nakaranasan ko sa bus naman.
Yeah.
And then pag na-miss mo talaga yung bus, talagang habulin mo talaga siya. 'Di ba?
Hinabol mo ba?
Hindi, pag may mga times kasi na alam mo yun, parang malapit ka na doon sa bus station. and then
Yeah.
makikita mo talagang dadaan yung bus doon.
Yeah.
Talagang habulin mo talaga siya. Minsan
Habulin.
iniiwan ka ng driver. Hinayupak din ng driver minsan. Alam na nga niyan tumatakbo ka. Malapit ka na nga. Minsan pag nagkamali ka, madadapa ka pa.
Yes, sir,
Tapos di ka pa
na-experience ko
titigilan.
din yan. Alam mo yung dito sa Canada, yung tipong, yung kaakala mo parang Pilipinas din lang na parang, kuya, sandali,
Yeah,
yung
parang
ganon.
ganun, di ba?
Hindi siya mag-stop para sa'yo.
Hindi talaga siya
Iiwan
mag-stop.
ka talaga
Iiwan
niya.
ka talaga niya. I think the reason why is like may timeline kasi sila eh.
Oo.
And then,
Hindi sila nalilate dito, no?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Sabi mo
there's-
nga lang pag winter. I'm so sorry. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
the good thing about that though is like may mga number dun sa bus stations, di ba? You
Yeah.
call that number and then it will tell you approximately kung ilang oras pa yung bus mo.
Yeah.
So especially pag winter time, if you guys don't know about that, try it.
Yeah.
May mga number dun eh. I don't know if it's still the same. Maybe now it's up.
Yeah.
But you can call it and they will tell you when. However, during winter time, that's not accurate.
Yeah, kasi slippery rin yung road, madaming
Maraming
circumstances.
like yung mga accidents, mga
Oo.
ganun. So hindi siya accurate. Minsan nag-aantay ka talaga sa bus, especially if it's during weekends
Yeah.
or holidays. Minsan nandun ka isang oras.
Totoo.
Diba? Hirap
Ang
yan,
hirap pag wala kang sariling transportation din.
Yeah.
Though, sabi nga ng iba, less liability kasi nga wala kang babayaran every month. But it's your time, guys. So, kanya-kanyang preference lang po kung anong gusto niyong tahakin.
Yeah,
Wala
obviously,
namang
yeah.
pumaling desisyon sa buhay. Nasa sa inyo na lang kung
yeah,
anong...
whatever
Yeah.
works for you. Each individual person is completely different has different circumstances.
Yeah.
So talagang, kung nag-work sa yung bus, I would prefer driving.
Yeah.
Although I'm paying a little bit more, but I prefer driving. Kasi sa bus kasi, I think you can have, at that time, I think 150 lang ata every sakay pupuntan, every time na magbabas ka,
Yeah.
$1.50.
Yeah.
Now it gives you a ticket, and then you can use it for an hour. So pwede mong
Okay.
i-transfer yon and then lagay mo dun sa kabilang bus after. However, when you have the bus pass, which is at that time is only like $30 eh.
Oh,
I
buti
don't know
na
how
lang.
much yun.
Alam mo,
Kasi
hindi ko
100
talaga,
na.
hindi ko nasubukan niyang mga ganyan.
Yeah, that was like 17 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think it was only $30, but now I think it's $100 per
Yeah.
bus. And then youth then, di ba? So youth means, teenager ka. So mas less ang babayaran mo.
Especially
And
pag
adults
nag-aaral ka.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it saves you so much money talaga because you don't pay for gas, you don't pay for car,
Yeah.
insurance and things like that. But it saves you so much time when you have your own car. Vehicle is very, very important here in Canada. It's a must. If you don't have that, you cannot explore anywhere else.
I agree.
Diba? Maano ka rito. Maboboard ka. And then,
I mean, makaka-explore ka naman, but it depends kung
no, within the city you can, but there's so much more outside the city.
I
Like
agree.
Banff, it took us 8 years before makita yung Banff. 8 years na ako rito sa Canada. Nung dumating ka pa, di ba?
Hindi ka na kasi
Si
nag-explore.
Shera pa yung naging way natin para makapunta
Hindi ka
ron.
kasi mahilig mag-explore. Ako talaga yung more of like, gala.
Yes, but I'm just trying to explain it to you that, nung wala kang sakyan, hindi ka makakapuntang basta-basta.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to plan it out. I think there's a bus going there, but I don't know. Never done it before.
Oo.
But with vehicle, you can just go there and then drumheller then, di ba?
Oo.
It took us a few years before we get there. I went there. So yun yung mga advantage din with car.
Yeah.
Di ba? Pero sa bus talaga, pag bago ka rito sa Canada, you have to learn how to use it.
Totoo.
Kasi yun lang yung transportation mo to go around it, di ba? Pumunta kang Walmart, Lucky, or dun sa mga store na gusto mong puntahan. So,
Yeah.
bus is very, very
Uy,
important.
parang ang hirap naman kasi pag tinatry kong na like, kunyari, i-navigate na wala akong sasakyan na personal tapos ang transportation ko lang is yung either bus or yung train. Paano pag nakalimutan mo yung toyo, yung suka?
Well,
Huwag
yeah,
ka na
you have to.
magtutuyo yung suka. Kaya pala yung kapitbahay natin, kumatok nung wala silang sibuyas.
Yes,
Shout
it's
out, I
hard.
love
yeah.
them so much. Yeah.
It's hard kung wala kang sakyan dito. So,
Yeah.
a vehicle, it's a must here in Canada and saves you a lot of time as well, di ba? Nalala ko
Totoo.
nagtatrabaho ako dun sa Wallace and Carey. I don't know, they're no longer Wallace and Carey. It's 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven
But
na.
anyways, nung nagtatrabaho ko dati dun, to go there, it's 15 minutes drive. But if you take the bus, transportation, most bus, I think it's like 50 to 1 hour.
Yeah, mas
Ang
matagal.
tagal talaga.
Even my previous work, 'di ba, dun sa clinic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ganun din, same din.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
marami akong napagtrabahuan. To go back to your questions, I worked there for a couple years then. Matrix,
Yeah.
a distributor din ng ano yun, ng mga shoppers and stuff like that.
Oh,
Sa
okay.
Matrix. Nagtrabaho din ako doon. So puros warehouse talaga.
Yeah.
Warehouse. Which
When
by
you
the
say-
way, yeah, which by the way was getting $25 an hour.
Oh!
Yeah.
So may nahanap ka lang palang $25.
May nahanap din naman with connections.
With connections. So connections lang po yung hahanapin niyo minsan. So,
But yeah, and then marami talaga ako napagtrabahuan dyan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Superstore, ganun. Kahit sa mga burgers, Five Guys, nagtrabaho din ako doon.
ang dami mo rin palang pinasukan.
Ang dami. I think 10 ata yung pinagtrabahuan ko rito before I went full-time with our
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. Ano yung pinaka-favorite mo?
Gordon Food. Yeah, Gordon Food
Oh,
Service.
okay.
Yeah, which one of our biggest clients as well. Gordon Food is actually they take care of their employees, and yun lang yung company nakitaan ko talaga that they love your employees so
I
much.
agree.
If you're working there, good job for you. Keep it.
Yeah.
There's people they're working for like 40 years because they love the job. Because they only
The best sila guys na company.
Not only that, you're getting incentives so based on your performance.
Yeah.
is
Incentive
very
on top pa yung mga benefits niya.
Oh
di ba?
yeah, yung top picker nga namin I think he was accumulating like 125,000 a year just
Wow.
picking boxes,
Yeah.
which is crazy because that nurse na yun nurse ano
Na
na
level
nurse
na.
na level na salary.
Yeah.
And if you guys can find something similar to that, that's good for you guys. Kasi, you know, you don't need, nung nagtatrabaho kami doon, halos wala na nagpa-part-time eh.
Yeah.
Full-time, once naging full-time ka doon, parang yung incentive mo na yung pinaka-part-time mo.
Yeah.
So you don't need to find another job.
Yeah. Was it a
Diba?
hard job though?
It is. All jobs are hard.
Yeah.
It's not
Just you're
like,
hard.
Yeah. everything here is hard, diba? And so Wallace, yung transitioning ko kasi from Wallace and Carey, at that time I was like doing a manual jack. If you guys know what a manual jack is, yun yung parang, paano ko ba explain yun? Yung parang binobomba mo siya para tumayo siya. And then you pull it.
Para mag-inflate.
Yeah, basta ganun siya. And then, yun yung pinakamahirap kasi pale-paleta yung binubuhat mo. Talagang hatakin mo siya.
hatakin mo. At least hindi naman yung
Hatakin mo.
kagaya namin sa Pilipinas na nakita mo naman kaban-kaban ng rice binubuhat nila manual din.
Yeah. So,
Ng mga
parang,
tao.
Yeah, parang ganun din. Kasi manually mo naman buhatin dun sa paleta
Yun
mo.
yung pasagad. Yung hatak-hatak ng kalabaw.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. Pero ikaw lang hahatak.
Oh, with wheels.
Okay, with wheels.
Obviously, yeah.
Okay, so ganun yun.
Ganun yun. Parang hatakin mo siya. And then things like that. It's a fun experience din.
Okay, yeah.
'Di ba? And then, ang problema kasi minsan is when you're in that job, kasi wala ka pang mga comparison eh. Now that I've been to a lot of jobs, may mga comparison na ako. So, may mga mas magaganda pa pala if you just keep looking.
Oh, yeah,
Diba?
yeah.
Kasi nag-start ako sa Wallace and Carey and then napunta ako dun sa Matrix. And then when I found Gordon Food, actually one of employee in Matrix natanggap sa Gordon Food.
Kinuha
And
niya
then
kayo.
kinuha niya rin
Connection na
kami.
naman.
Yeah. So connection yun. It's not what you know nga Rod, sinabi nila. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
So kinonect kami doon and then nakuha kami, 5 ata kami doon from Matrix to dun sa Gordon Food. But yeah, that was the fun one. And then when I was
Mas easier
there,
na, right?
mas easier na kasi machine na nakasakay ka na sa machine.
Oh,
Which is dinadrive mo na lang siya, which is fun.
yeah.
Fun days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yun yung naging karanasan ko rito sa Canada. As long as you don't give up, you will find ways talaga.
See, hindi ka nga marunong mag-English. Hindi mo nga ma-English kung ano yung picture ng bukid.
Bukid, yeah.
Diba?
It's the thing with me though is I don't care what other people say.
Yeah.
About me.
It should be that way.
Yeah. Kasi talagang alam mo yun, hindi ako nagpapa-apekto kung ano sasabihin sa akin ng
Yeah,
tao.
at saka may kanya-kanya tayong buhay na kailangang i-prioridad. Ba't mo pa-prioridad yung sasabihin ng ibang tao?
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that I wanted to add though is when you don't speak English, make sure na i-communicate mo yun dun sa taong kausap mo. Because they might think that you understand what they're trying, what sinasabi nila. Kasi tayo naman kasi nahiya tayong sabihin, hindi tayo makapag-English, di ba? Ako talaga, inuna ako na sila. Sorry, sasabihin ko sa kanila talaga, sorry, I don't speak English well. Obviously, right now, I can say that straight, but before, imagine, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang nahirapan ako, kinukompose lang yung words na yun, napakahirap talaga. You have to tell them, especially if you're talking to Canadians.
Yeah.
Because they might think talaga na alam mo sinasabi mo, and then oo ka lang ng
Oo ka lang
oo,
ng oo.
smile ka lang ng smile, and
Parang
then
ako ate.
babalik sila sa'yo, especially pag nagtatrabaho ka dun sa working place mo. Wala ka pang natabaho, hindi mo pala alam.
Hindi pala
Hindi
naintindihan.
mo pala naintindihan sinabi
Oo ka lang
nila.
na oo.
You could have just told them, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ganun naman
Uy,
ako
ganyan
lagi.
din ako nung nag-umpisa ako. Nahiya kasi ako.
Yeah,
Tapos,
smile ka, nakangiti ka na lang.
may one time pa guys, it's so embarrassing. So like, sinang-ayunan ko, parang sabi niya, oh, nabasa ko kasi yung lens ko. And then sinabi, oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. Ako lang, that's good. What's good in that? Parang gano'n niya ako. And I'm like, so can you say that again?
Fake it till you make it.
I fake it, but I didn't make it.
Yeah, I think the good thing about Canada, as long as you're honest, guys, I think yun kasi yung na-build din sa akin. As long as you're honest, and then wala ka dapat na tinatago.
Yeah.
And then they will actually
din yun
help
ako
you.
natutunan ko.
Yeah, mas tutulungan ka talaga nila, especially mga Canadians, di ba?
Yeah.
Yung mga kababayan din natin, mga Pilipino, they will help you to just be honest.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, there's like bad na mga nangyari dito sa ibang mga Pilipino dito that naloko rin ng kapwa natin Pilipino. Pero hindi naman
Na-criticize
lahat.
pa, yeah.
As long as you're honest, tell them your situation, some Filipinos actually helps you.
Yeah.
Diba? Si mami ko dati may tinulungan siya. I remember this person actually from the airport. So nung pumunta kami first arrival namin dito sa Canada, this person actually hindi sinipot ng employer niya.
Oh.
Which is the scariest, probably the scariest things that ever happened or to a person with no knowledge about the country, di ba? Hindi siya sinipot ng employer niya. So pinatira namin sa bahay for a couple months, 3 months hanggang nakahanap siya ng ibang
That's
employer.
so nice.
Just be honest with people,
Yeah.
di ba? Kasi I think tinanong ata ng mami ko na sabi niya na asan na yung employer mo?
Yeah.
She's been sitting there for a long time. And kasama namin siya mula sa Pilipinas.
Oh.
So she
sa flight
traveled with
ninyo.
us. Yeah, because I remember, because I see her in the flight from the Philippines, dun pa na sa Pilipinas hanggang dito. So, and imagine, hindi pa naman, actually direct flight.
Asan na siya? Gusto ko siya interviewin.
I don't remember, I don't know where she is now, honestly.
That's, oh God.
Yeah, the last time I remember na balita ko sa kanya, namatay ata ang asawa niya. So she had to go back home to the Philippines. I don't know if she came back.
Okay.
But yeah, just be honest with people and they will help you.
Yeah.
Diba?
See your experience. Someone might be experiencing that right now.
Yeah.
And just be honest, di ba? Yun
Yeah.
lang talaga.
And if that happens to you guys, just go to the information center.
Yeah.
I know it's hard. And then if that happens, punta ka dun sa information center dun sa airport siguro and tanong nyo sila
Ask
kung
for
paano,
help. Yeah.
paano pumunta dun sa pinakamalapit na embassy dito sa Canada.
Yeah, Filipino Embassy.
Filipino embassy.
Yeah.
She was very lucky because, I think it was, I
I
guess
think
it was kinda
it's meant to be. Yeah.
But imagine kung wala kang help doon, di ba?
Yeah.
Pag narating yun sa Canada and then hindi
Tapos
sumuport yung
negative
employer
pa.
mo, hindi man lang matawagan or things like that. You're in a
Yeah.
panic mode, especially kung nilagay mo lahat ng pera mo doon sa pag-apply mo pumunta rin sa Canada and you had nothing with you because you're expecting to have your own house or your own room
Yeah.
when you get here with your employer. But hindi ka sinipot, di ba? Just
Yeah.
find seek help, guys.
Yeah.
Huwag kayong mawawalan ng pag-asa. Canada is the best place to be in right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't care kung yung mga taong marireklamo dyan. It's the best country right now that you should be in.
Yeah.
Diba?
Well, yeah, thank you so much for sharing your valuable experience about Canada. And yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. And I hope may mga natutunan kayo sa podcast natin today. And I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.